Well, hello there, guys. Agrippa Maxenius here, coming at you again. This time, guys, we're going to actually play Afghanistan 11. I want to apologize for the campaigns I did in the past. I couldn't finish them because the game still had some bugs. Now we've got a full release version, and we're going to try out Skirmish mode. I know a lot of you guys want to know what Skirmish mode is like, and we're going to go ahead and jump into it and start our own campaign, completely randomized, of course. And I just wanted to show you guys all the possibilities in Skirmish mode in this game. So take a look at this. We can change the turn count, we could change the weather, the terrain type, the starting political points, the starting hearts and minds. We could turn elections on and off, political events, and even do the victory type, of course. And we could also have political defeat on or off. Now, we're going to keep all of the good stuff on for you guys to enjoy. But this mission key code you guys see here, you can actually copy this down, and this is always changed. So each time you play Skirmish, you get a different mission key code. And obviously, there's probably thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions. So we're going to check this one out, see if it's worth our time. If it's easy enough, we're going to start playing. And I hope you guys are ready for another campaign of Afghanistan 11. This time, I don't think we're going to have any problems. And if we do, we can get through them, and we can actually play a full campaign. So I want you guys to start putting down who you want to be, what you want to be named after. We're going to start having everybody in the game on the channel. We're going to try to get as many of you in as possible, and I hope you guys will stick with me, because I know with my last two campaigns, they didn't end correctly. So let's start here. Let's see what this area is like. If it's too tough, I'm going to re-roll. I'm sorry, I'm going to re-roll for us to get a better starting position, but hopefully this one's not too bad. So we're going to take a look. The terrain type is mixed, and we're going to come up with a name for this province, because obviously this is a fictional province, and interesting. So Jasur Jaher is the president of Afghanistan in this particular province. He seems to be pretty pro-American, so we can work with this guy and hopefully have him work with us as a starting goal. So we're going to go ahead. Right now I'm going to take a look at the landmass here and see if it's something that we can deal with. I can see a lot of places here. This is our forward operating base. We've got the village of Talab, Dembala, Bum, Gereshk, Kanuruzgon, and a bunch of villages over here that you can see are cut off by mountains. So basically, like, to get in this area, we either need to build bridges across, or we need to send a Chinook or a Black Hawk over to send some men. Now, this game, I'm sure you guys know at this point, has been fully released. I hope you guys will take a look at it on Steam and pick it up. Make sure to let them know that Agrippa sent you if you're going to do a review, and make sure it's a good review, because I want to make sure that that you guys enjoy this game, and I think by watching it, you're going to have a lot of fun. So let's go ahead. We will change the settings to ultra high, but we've had an issue with the specs changing, so I'm going to keep it on very low right now. You're not going to notice a difference, honestly, but next turn, our next mission, we will change to ultra high settings, and I think you guys will enjoy that. So let's go ahead and get started here and start building up our forces. So first of all, I'm going to get a buffalo. We need the buffalo, obviously, to build things, to build a forward operating base, etc. We're going to get a Black Hawk. No, we're not going to get a Black Hawk. We're going to get U.S. Special Forces to train some ANA, also known as Afghan National Army troops. We're going to get this beautiful Husky. This thing is going to clear out IEDs for our men to pass by. And, of course, some U.S. infantry. Now, one thing you got to keep in mind is that in this particular game, we've got up here where my cursor is, we've got hearts and minds. We want to get this above 60 after 50 turns. And our political points on the right, sort of like our political capital that we have in this conflict, that's got to stay pretty high so that we can keep buying forces. So let's go ahead and get back to the mission here. And I've already got ideas of what I want to do. A lot of these areas are connected, which is pretty cool in this scenario. We could also build a bridge over here to connect these areas. But the first thing we want to do in our new base, and I want you guys to come up with the name of the province. This is a fictional province in Afghanistan, obviously, because we're using skirmish mode. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Husky out, and I'm going to look for some IEDs. I also want to look here in the south, see if there are any villages close by. There's one here to the south, and as you can see, there's a lot of places across here, but they're not reachable by any roads. So getting in there, we're going to have to probably use a Chinook or a Black Hawk. But let's send the Husky out first, and we're actually going to send the Husky up this way, because that's where I'm headed. So here we go. Stick with me, my friends, and obviously if you want to see more, there we go. We got an IED. Beautiful. If you want to see me do more of this campaign, please hit that like button. I promise this one I'm not going to give up on. The only reason I gave up on the others is just because of some bugs we were having where we just couldn't continue. It wouldn't have worked. I'm also going to get this MRAP. I'm going to pick up Bravo Company, and we are going to move Bravo Company and the MRAP up this road, as you guys can see, to this village as soon as possible. So I'm actually going to try to drop our troops off at this village, and this is kind of the first method of winning hearts and minds with the people in this game, is to try and assist them with their villages. You know, we're in Afghanistan, we've got to try to make it work. We're going to be getting attacked by you know, Taliban, by all sorts of enemies, militia units, and we've got to make sure to get a victory. So I'm going to sweep. I don't see any IEDs, but let's hope we don't find any on the way. And obviously this area is creepy because there's not a road connecting these two villages. And this village leads back down. And over here on the far east, we've got some more villages to deal with, and these are reachable by road, so is this one. So I think if we're going to build a forward operating base, we need to find a decent location to put it. I'm thinking maybe over here or to the far east. But we're not going to worry about an FOB right now. We're going to worry about just hearts and minds. We're training that that howitzer, of course. Let's get the Buffalo. Now, the Buffalo is the guy that would, of course, build things like a forward operating base. Right now, what we're going to do is build water towers to try and connect these villages, and more importantly, gain political points. That's what water towers do. They get you political points. So we're definitely going to need supply trucks. Let's confirm that. Confirm 2 supply trucks. I'd love to get an Apache. They're very fun to use, and somebody even said when I was streaming for Slytherin earlier today, you can't go wrong with an Apache, and partially that's very true. You really can't. You know, it does a lot of good things, but I think we're going to go for a Blackhawk because this can carry around a lot of troops. We're going to get another U.S. infantry squad, and let's take a look here. 5 garrison units. We're immediately going to take our Blackhawk here, and we're going to pick up one of our squads. Pick up Charlie Company. And again, if you want to be put in one of these squads, let me know and we'll make it happen. And we're going to drop Charlie Company off over here at this village. You can take a look at the map to see the name of the village. Also so that you guys can give me orders for your squads if you'd like to do that. But again, you know, I've got a new thing on this channel where I really want to try to increase our sub count. So really got to hit that like button. You've got to comment. I'm telling you, every single comment that people put increases our views and increases the actual views we get on the search engines. Not to mention that because of this game's nature, because of it being in Afghanistan, etc., a lot of the times YouTube refuses to monetize these videos. The same is true with my Syrian Warfare series. So guys, if you love the Agrippa Maxenius channel, and even if you're new to it, subscribe, rate, comment, do all that fun stuff. So here we go. We're in an interesting position, of course. We've checked out that village. Feel pretty safe. Of course, I'd like to get another Husky because we got a lot of areas to cover. But at the same time, we got a Blackhawk. Maybe we can go ahead and get that Apache for 1,000. And we'll just hold ourselves to not go past 5 Gs. How about that? So we'll get a Husky, and we'll go ahead and take this Husky. And I'm going to send this guy down towards this village. I actually hope we find some IEDs because that gives us political points. There's one. Beautiful. Now, don't forget these Huskies, you know, they take damage as well. A Chinook would also really help to supply these vehicles. For now, we're going to try to keep them fairly close to base so that they're easy to refuel. But we're in charge of this district, and we've got to make it work. It's that simple. So let's take a look here. The Special Forces are training. We've got Golf Squadron if we need to head out. I'm going to take Echo Squadron, and I'm actually going to get some UN supplies here. So let's get some UN supplies for Echo Squad and bring them to these villages. I want to start getting these villages on our side immediately. So we're sending the UN truck out. We know this area is clear of IEDs, at least for now. We've actually got a nice little convoy here. Husky, Buffalo, etc. And let's end our turn and hope for the best. Here we go, guys. Ending turn. Okay, so we want to make sure that Debala, Talab, and Gunday stay in our hands. And I think we're going to put the forward operating base over here near Gareshk or near Waza and Kalak. I'm going to have you guys decide. If we have to go to Waza and Kalak, though, we're going to have to get a Chinook. And that's going to cost even more money. So we either buy that now or we wait until a little bit later and then buy it. Let me send the Husky up this road. Make sure there's no IEDs. Doesn't seem to be any IEDs, but, you know, you never know in this situation. So let me actually pick up our boys with the MRAP. Affirmative. All right, boys. And we still got that Blackhawk. I'm going to start sending the MRAP sort of back to base. I'm not obviously giving up, but I want to keep these guys well-staffed. One of my biggest issues in the game that I have, not about the game itself, but about my mistakes in the game, is that I leave these guys out for too long. They start needing fuel. It causes us problems, etc. You actually could see that Hearts and Minds jump a little bit. It got green for a second, so the people are liking our assistance. But one thing we absolutely have to do is we've got to start building those water towers. That's going to build us political points. So let's get a water tower at this village. They are expensive, but they pay off over time. That's the idea here. All right, nice. Let's go ahead and drop our boys off at this new village.
Village uncooperative.
They're not really that uncooperative because they are supportive of the ANA, but maybe a little bit.
Searching for IEDs.
All right, so we know there's no IEDs in this area. Probably a good good village to build a water tower at, but like I said, we got to be careful with our money. We can't just be spending it willy-nilly. So we're going to pick these guys up. We're probably going to send them out in that Black Hawk later to another village, but for now, we'll bring them back to base, let them R&R, rest and recuperate a little bit, and look at that Hearts and Minds, guys. It's up to 51. That's a good sign. We've just gotten into this province, but that's definitely a sign, a positive sign for us, and something we should keep in mind. So let me keep sending this Husky out. He's going to keep checking the area for IEDs, and we eventually have to send another squad down to this village in the south, but, you know, we can take our time initially to do that. This area is kind of useless because there's really no villages besides this one over here, and these mountains would be a perfect hiding place for the enemy. So I definitely want to be careful in these mountains. We've got to keep in mind that that is a possibility, that the enemy could come out of those mountains and cause us some serious problems. Let's see this Husky. All right, no need to move him. We've already checked all these villages, so as you can see, they don't have campfires around them. They don't need our help, but now we got to start moving east. And this area, as you can see, looks pretty terrifying. It's close to the eastern border with Pakistan, so we know there's going to be Taliban presence and activity here, and we've got to decide what to do with this buffalo. Right now, we're just building water towers, but that may change. So we've got our Apache, we've got our Black Hawk. What else can we do here? Right now, all we can do is have our ANA Special Forces, or excuse me, our Special Forces train some ANA men. I also am wondering if we could get over this area, because I'm thinking we could build a bridge here and maybe a road, and it would be an easy passage into this area, but I'm not sure if we can get through this area with a buffalo. I guess we'll find out. So let's end the turn, guys. Continue. End turn. All right, there we go. Back down to 50. We're going to take the Husky, and I think we're going to start moving the Husky east, because that's where we're headed next. Also, don't forget, the enemy could start destroying the water towers we put up, and if they start doing that, we've got to repair those water towers. So I'm going to take the Buffalo, because he's got to start heading east now too. The problem is, he could run into some IEDs if we don't have the Husky accompanying him. So I'm going to be very safe here, as safe as I can, and I'm going to use my Black Hawk once again, pick up some troops, and keep checking out these villages, making sure they're cooperating. Pick up Charlie Company. We could go to this village, or we could start heading to the east. I think since we have that MRAP on route, we should probably head to the east, especially since it's pretty far. So we're going to start flying with the Black Hawk over the mountains and getting over to these eastern provinces to make sure that they're pretty safe. I'm also going to take our Husky, and even though this area is not really well trafficked, I could drive through it and look for IEDs, get some political points, or I could drive back up and make sure that this road is safe. I think that's probably the best idea. So we're going to keep driving through here, make sure this road is safe, and if it is, I'm taking that MRAP, and I'm going to bypass the base and go directly down towards that village, as close as I can get. In fact, we might be able to get there this turn. Let's try. Come on, boys. Now, of course, the enemy could attack us at any moment, and there we go. Our boys are out. I'm going to send them into this village. No new intel. We're going to search for IEDs. Doesn't seem to be any, and that's a good sign, of course. Now that we check this village, we're not going to have to check it for a few more turns, unless, of course, the Taliban attack, and they need our assistance, or sometimes they're luring us into a trap. We just don't know, guys. You know, anything could happen. With this supply truck, I think I'm going to get fuel, because this is going to be something we're going to need for our Buffalo pretty soon, or our Husky even, and I'm going to start sending the fuel truck northwards. Hopefully we don't hit any IEDs on the way. We may need to get another supply truck just to be sure that we're getting enough fuel to these units, but this is going to be something we're going to have to consistently do throughout the Let's Play. to make sure that we are winning the hearts and minds of the Afghan people. There's that beautiful Apache. Whoever gets the Apache is very lucky, because it's just an awesome freaking bit of machinery. So I could build another water tower. I'm not 100% sure that's what I want to do. We've got one water tower here. We've got another water tower. Wait a minute. I thought we built two, didn't we? Maybe we didn't. Maybe that was just in my imagination. Imagination. I think it maybe was, but I'm almost certain we built two water towers. One here. Well, anyway, whatever. We'll build another water tower. Now, it's 1750. It's totally worth it, though. Let's move up. Build a water tower for this village. It's not only going to increase their respect for us, it's going to increase our income, but it looks like we're going to have to wait one turn before we get it. So that's all right. We can wait that turn. We can deal with that. As for the supply truck and the MRAP, they're hanging out here for now. I could build another MRAP and another infantry unit and start heading here, but we're already heading there with one of our infantry units. So I'm going to play it safe and just stick around. And let's end our turn. Make sure the Husky moved. Yeah, he did. Okay, there we go, guys. And we're getting a little bit of hearts and minds. We need to increase that, so let's get that water tower up.
Copy that.
Beautiful. And we said we weren't going to spend more than 5 Gs, but we're already spending more than 5 Gs. So let's be careful. Got 2 fuel remaining. Let me send the Husky to the east. That way we can travel over here without too much concern. Boom! IED detected. That's all ours, and we got another one. So 2 IEDs disarmed. We're also going to drop off our infantry in this village. Hopefully we spot some militia or Taliban soon. Oh, there we go, baby. We've got an enemy unit. It's militia infantry, guys. We're absolutely going to deal with them. Now, we've got 2 options. We could either go ahead and take them head on, or we could bomb them from the sky. Well, bomb them from the sky both ways, but we could either take them out with our Apaches or take them out with an F-15 strike, or an F-16 strike, sorry. I'm also going to drop the boys off when they get a chance. Not yet, but I'm going to start heading up this way. Again, I don't want to run out of fuel, but I don't think we're in danger of that right now, at least. So let's start moving to the north. Going to bring some fuel to our Buffalo. Beautiful. Let's start heading back. And we're going to bring out our Apache, or else why else did we pay for the damn thing? Come on, Apache. Come on, my baby.
We're Oscar Mike.
On the move. Oscar Mike, of course, military speak for on the move. We're going to go ahead and try to fire on this militia unit.
Copy that.
And we've got a dead militia unit, guys. Look at the hearts and minds score go up to 52. 2154 political points. This is a nice start. And again, we're going to drive along this road. This is a dangerous road and one we want to keep totally free of explosives. So I think this Husky is just going to kind of do a patrol up and down this road as much as he can. But eventually, we've got to check out all the other provinces, namely the ones over here on this side. So we might have to send some guys in. Let's also see how our ANA training is coming along. Seems to be doing okay. We still got another supply truck. I'm going to fill it up with some UN equipment, and I am going to go to this village close by because they seem to like us. And if we can get them to really like us, then they're going to turn pro-American and supply us with very valuable intel. So we're going to send our UN boys over. Now this unit, I think we can go ahead and get them out of here.
Copy solid.
And let's head back to base. Pretty good day, or pretty good few days. This actually represents like a week. Each turn is almost like a week, but not bad. No casualties. We seem to be in a decent position, and we just got a kill. So let's continue. End turn, of course. Wait a minute. Did we move this Husky? Yeah, we did. Continue. End turn. And here we go, guys. More drones needed. So drone costs decreased. This is actually good for us. This means that when we pop a drone, we're not going to be paying as much for it. And we can also see that our hearts and minds score is going up. But one problem is, look at that. They destroyed our damn water tower. So we're going to need to repair it. Hopefully we don't hit any IEDs on the way, although that's usually a way for them to draw us in. Okay, so we fixed the water tower. And it looks like this village is asking for assistance. They need our help, and they need it bad, and so is this one. But that's going to be something we're going to deal with in the next part of the Let's Play, guys. Make sure to hit that like button and comment. I'm serious. The faster you guys do that, the more comments you leave, the more of the video you watch. You know, it means I'm going to upload faster, and it means that this channel is going to do a lot better. Obviously, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome, awesome day, my friends.